morning, everyone. Today we are here doing a kids room toy closet, and Cary and I are going to tell you the ins and outs of how to organize toys.
Yes, we're so excited. I'm Cary. I'm one of the organizers at Tidy Style.
And I'm Shea, and I do YouTube and organize, and we will teach you all the ins and outs. So let us know if you have any questions in our comment section, and let's get to it.
The age of these kids that we're doing this play space for are a little bit older. They're 13 and 10, so the amount of little toys and little trinkets isn't necessarily as much as what we might find in a home with smaller age or younger age kids. But we do have a lot of books and Nerf guns and some other toys and board games and cards, and so those are going to be really fun for us to show you how to organize those and what the best solutions are for things like Nerf guns and bullets and all those random toys too, that card games and games like Twister that come in a box, and sometimes the box just gets completely destroyed and you don't know what to do with this big old mat. So we're going to show you some tips and tricks for that kind of stuff.
In this space today, we are doing a closet, so obviously it's great that we have a ton of infrastructure in this space, but a lot of times we don't have that. We just have a big open playroom. And so we will link some shelves that we love to use in playrooms. They're really easy to put together, they're really pretty, and they're great for all ages, and they just really use the space well, and we'll tell you all the bins that work best on those shelves. But otherwise, today we're working in a closet, so we'll talk about the bins and baskets that we like to use for toys, and we'll start our process. As always in our process, we clear everything out into categories, and now it's time to clean.
I wanted to go over a little bit of the editing process. This time of year, it's January, your kids just got a bunch of presents, and it's a great time to try and edit some of those things maybe they had before Christmas that they maybe aren't going to play with anymore, or maybe some stuff that they've outgrown. So sometimes we recommend doing it before Christmas, but either way, really right now is a great time of year to just kind of go through some stuff and see what is still being used. So sometimes it can be a little bit of a hot topic whether or not to get kids involved in the process of editing. I know that sometimes when I was a long time ago, when my kids were younger, I would just edit without them being involved. But then sometimes they would come home and see something in the trash that they actually love and that was really sentimental to them. I didn't realize that. So sometimes it is good to get them involved, and it's actually a really good tool to teach them that we shouldn't have more than we need. And if you teach them that from a really young age and getting them involved in the process of, hey, I don't use this anymore, but maybe there's kids out there that don't have as much as I do, and so I can share with them and get them giving that way. Okay, another hot topic that we kind of want to touch on is toy rotations. So a toy rotation is like when you have your space inside dedicated to certain toys, but then you maybe have a space like in your garage, say, with extra toys, and you kind of rotate those out. Now, we are not necessarily huge proponents of that because, let me share with you why. We really feel that you should just have the amount of toys that fit into the space that are designated for the toys. So if you have stuff that you're storing in the garage, that may not be the best use of space, and that's really having more than what your kids might need.
Okay, now that the whole space is cleared and clean, we have everything categorized, and we'll show you those categories. One thing in a toy room is you don't want to get too specific, especially based on the age of your kids. So be mindful of that, but it is more often easier for your kids to maintain if they can just throw something in a broad category For example, Nerf guns, stuffies, maybe you have stuffies and puppets. Maybe they go together. Maybe you have more than what can fit in one bin. Up to you, and really based on your space is what would be appropriate. But just keep in mind, the idea is to get your kids doing the organizing and putting things away where they go. All right, now that we are completely categorized and we went through an edit with our client, today we have chose 3 different containment options. The first is the Bright Room felt bin. This is from Target. It comes in a couple different sizes. We mostly recommend the medium and large. These can be great for bigger categories, let's say stuffies or Nerf guns. And we like to keep them low. So really anything that's a little bit larger, this is a great option. And they're really pretty, and they have a little bit of structure to them to keep everything well contained rather than like a flimsy circular bin. They can get overstuffed or be falling over and kind of defeat the purpose. The next bin that we brought today is, of course, our lovely handy bin. So today we brought white just because our shelves are a little bit lower. The kids are a little bit older, so they'll be able to see down into them and still know what they are. And of course we will label. But the biggest thing is if you do clear, it can be helpful for smaller kids or shelving that gets a little bit high. But overall, we're trying to keep the visual noise low. That's kind of our key word always. But we want it to look really neat and pretty and still have everyone in the family know where to put things back. So we have brought the white handy bin, and last we brought our clear multi-purpose bin. A lot of times in toy rooms we end up with like coloring books and craft stuff as well. So this is a great option to kind of subdivide and keep those more flimsy books structured. So we'll show you how to do it. So we have sort of space planned. We are predetermining where we think things will go. This may change, but the best way, it can be really overwhelming when you pull all the toys out and are looking at them on the floor. So just start with the things you know. In this case, there's quite a bit of stuffies, and stuffies are larger. So we're gonna grab one of our large felt bins and fill it with stuffies, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we did each category that we knew for sure. So the big bins end up being Nerf guns. This is a great way to store Nerf guns. You can just toss them in, and it's a super big bin. One thing that we did was take all the accessories and ammo out of that bin and contain all the bullets in a multi-purpose. And then all of the little cartridges and of course Nerf safety. So they can find all their accessories in another bin instead of digging through all the guns. We also have laser tag, American Girl dolls, some brain teaser games. So now we're gonna start putting away games. Our favorite way to put away games is to line them up just like books by color, of course. We love rainbowing anything we could possibly rainbow. So we're gonna put games right here on this shelf. It's easy for the kids to reach, it's easy for everyone in the family to reach. And then some of these smaller things like cards and maybe you have dice games or something, we contain them and put any boxes that were destroyed, just bagged up all the games. So this keeps everything together. You don't ever start missing cards, things like that. And it's just easier to toss in when you're done playing the smaller games, but now we're going to put away all of the big box games, so follow along. All right, everything is back into our space. Last thing to do, of course, is label. Today we brought the birch bin clips from the Container Store and threw a label on for one of our bins. These are so pretty on the felt bin, so we're going to label and show you the final product. Alrighty, we are all complete. We have done all of our labeling and it looks so beautiful. Now the family is ready to come in here, play, and be able to put things back where they came from. So like us on our YouTube, please comment, let us know what you think. Let us know about your editing styles. Maybe you do toy rotations, maybe you don't. Maybe you have a lot more toys than this or need some suggestions on infrastructure in your toy space. So just let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.